The other, you kind of talk through those strikeouts, and some, a lot of them have come from players that have never really had major strikeout issues before. The Mariners tried to go out and fix that to an extent this offseason. It has not worked out that way yet. We get a lot of people writing into the show who say, and I'm curious your view on this, that the problem the Mariners have is that they tried to bring in a group of players that were at the end of the line, and it's not working out because those players are toast. And they're pointing at Mitch Garver, Mitch Haniger, Jorge Polanco. I think those three probably more than any others. What are the chances that 33-year-old Mitches and 30-year-old Polancos are done and sort of reaching the end of the line?
I don't think they're done. I do think, though, in the case of Haniger particularly, he's someone who's been injured a lot. And when when your body has been through a lot and you're getting toward your mid-30s, that can be trying and that can be troublesome. Garver, I don't get. I don't get how he can go from in people's minds, how he can go from slugging 500 last year and being one of the best hitters on the championship-winning team to being washed overnight. Sorry, I don't think you could look at Mitch Garver and reasonably expect him to have struggled the way that he has this year. In the case of Polanco, it hasn't been the best sort of trajectory. It's kind of been an on and off thing with him. 1 year he's really good, next year not so much, and hasn't been terribly consistent. But to just crater like this was not expecting that either. Not at 30 years old. It's one thing. It's one thing when a guy's 33, 34, a little longer in the tooth there. I mean, is Luke Raley close to being washed? I mean, he's 29. It's Josh Rojas, he's 30. It's very easy to point to the guys who are struggling and say he's washed because he's older. No, I don't think that that's the case. I think what the case is pretty simple. The Mariners have tried to thread the needle on trades. They have tried to acquire guys who are going to be productive without giving up guys who already are an integral part of this team. And there's going to come a point, I think, this summer at which that no longer can be the MO. You have to try and win now. You're at the top of the division. The Astros, not very good. The Rangers have not been playing well. This is your opportunity to go out and take the American League West and go deep into the postseason with this rotation that you have. If you're not willing to trade the starting pitchers, I get it. Totally get it. But there needs to be a sure thing that comes in. And maybe you try some guys out internally first. Maybe we see Tyler Locklear. I don't think we're going to see any of the other kids. Locklear is probably the closest to the big leagues and the likeliest there, just in terms of potential impact bats. But if that doesn't work out, if that's not a solution, then you got to go and get a dude who you know is going to be an impact bat.
Okay.